Welcome back to another episode here on His Bride. Last video we talked about who the bride of Jesus is. If you missed that, a link will be put down on the description box below, so do well to check it out. Today we are going to be looking at the characteristics of the bride of Jesus. The bride and the bridegroom share a lot of similarities. Just as much as the bridegroom is holy, he expects his bride to be holy. He is pure, he expects his bride to be pure. And one common thing that they share also is their name. I know, right? Let's look at Proverbs chapter 8 verse 27. When he prepared the heavens, I was there. And who exactly are we talking about here? Now, if you go back to verse 1, it says, doeth not wisdom cry? So wisdom then is referred to as the bridegroom. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. And we understand that that Word is Jesus. And here it is written that when he prepared the heavens, I, wisdom, was there, and wisdom being Jesus, our bridegroom. Proverbs chapter 9 talks about wisdom, but referring to the bride. It says, wisdom had builded her house, she had hewn out her 7 pillars. Now, Proverbs chapter 9 is a contrast between the bride of Jesus and the harlot, one that is completely opposite of the bride of Jesus. Here we see that there are 7 pillars that the bride furnishes her house with. And what are those 7 pillars? James chapter 3 verse 17, but the wisdom that is from above is first pure, peaceable, gentle, and easy to be entreated, full of mercy and good fruits, without partiality and without hypocrisy. The first is purity. As the bride of Jesus, you are supposed to be pure. Why? Because your bridegroom is pure. And when we talk about purity, we're not just talking about sexual purity or moral purity. We're talking about a wholeness, a complete purity in and out. It is freedom from anything that contaminates. Sin is the only thing that can cause impurity. And the second is peaceable. The true bride of Jesus is never ever quarrelsome. She is not one to accommodate strife or arguments, contentions, and all of that. She has peace. It is peace that comes from within. Within her, she is at peace with herself, and so she brings that peace wherever she goes to. The atmosphere that she brings is that of peace. And it does not matter if people would hate on you, if people would talk at you and all of that. Just as the psalmist says, I am for peace, but when I speak, they are for war. But regardless, it does not come between you and the peace that you carry. And the third pillar is being gentle and considerate. Now, the bride of Christ is gentle. She is meek. She is lowly. She tries to be considerate and understanding with everyone. She is always fair and cautious with people. She is forbearing. She does not point to people using it against them. And the fourth pillar is willingness to yield. So one thing about me is that I am a strong-willed person. If I put my mind to do something, best believe that I must do it. And if I don't want to do it, I will not do it. But I've come to understand that you cannot be that kind of person when dealing with the Holy Spirit. No, there are times that He's going to tell you things to do that your flesh would try to agitate and be against it, but you have to submit. And the Holy Spirit has been helping me. So that is one characteristic of the bride of Christ. Are you one that does not take admonition and exhortation from people? You feel like you've gone beyond that stage? No. You have to come to a point where you yield. You're willing to yield. You're willing to be entreated. The Bible said whoever it is that hates correction is stupid. The bride of Christ is full of wisdom. So it is wisdom to be willing to yield. The fifth pillar is full of mercy and good fruits. So it's not just mercy, but out of that fullness of mercy, it flows in her actions. That is the fruits that she bears. She is one that can forgive and would not hold it against you. She is not one to hold grudges, malice, and all of that. And the sixth pillar, she is impartial. She shows no partiality, can be trusted. The bride is loyal, she is steadfast, she's not wavering, she does not bend, she does not compromise, she does not put her integrity at stake. And you know, this is one strong attribute of God, in that he shows no partiality, he's not partial. And the last pillar that you can be able to identify that this one is a bride is that there is no hypocrisy. The bride of Christ is not a hypocrite. Who she is who she is. She knows that her bridegroom is actually interested in the inward rather than the externalities. So she's not out there to please men. She's not out there for what men would say about her, trying to gain favor from men. She is more concerned about what her bridegroom has to say about her. So at all points, she is plain. Before him, she is naked, also before the world. So who she is in the inside is who she is outside. She is not a hypocrite. She is not like the Pharisees and the scribes who preach what they do not practice. So they tell you one thing and then they do another thing. She is just like an open book before everyone. This is not just all the characteristics, but this is just a summation of who the bride of Jesus is. This should point to you that this one is truly a bride of Christ. If you stay till the end, then it means you found this helpful. Please give this a thumbs up, share with your loved ones, and subscribe to His Bride. And I look forward to seeing you in my next one.